We're going to do a little catfish, actually. And even though we didn't put any butter into our mashed potatoes, we're going to cook our catfish in butter. Now, generally, I would flour this up, but what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to pan fry it right in butter and see how that tastes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pair of scissors here to cut this open. It's already thawed. As soon as I can find my scissors, maybe I'll have to use a knife. Well, I'll use a knife. That's a knife. Man, look at that. That's a knife. We're going to just cut that sucker right open. And I'm going to walk over to the sink right now and wash this sucker out. Now we're going to drop this in, but only after we salt and pepper it, okay? So what I'm going to do, let me get some paper towels here. Hello. I'm going to dry this puppy off. I'm just cooking for myself tonight. Obviously you need more than this for a lady friend. And what we're going to do then is we're going to salt and pepper both sides. And I like my automatic salt and pepper. And my pepper here. I'm going to lay that in there. Put that down. I'm so lazy I can't even grind my own pepper. And we're going to crank this up probably on a medium-high heat. Now you notice I didn't put it in there while the pan was hot. I'm washing my hands off here, pardon me. But I didn't put it in there when it's hot because I want to be able to control the heat on this. And this is something I've never done before. So we'll see how it turns out. Normally I would use an egg wash on this, which means you would, drape it into like a scrambled egg mix, put flour on it, and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to try this a little bit different tonight. Now we do have down below in our oven here, oh yeah, we got our mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to pull the mashed potatoes out as soon as I can find a hot pad without bumping the camera here. Because I'm going to put a little butter into those mashed potatoes. We didn't do that before. And what I want to do, I think you can probably see what I'm doing here. We're going to put a little butter in there and then kind of pump those up a bit. Because mashed potatoes need butter. Anybody who knows anything knows that. And then I'm going to, where's my potato mixer here? Well, we'll use whatever we have here. I think while our fish gets going there, I think I'll just use a spoon here to kind of mix things up here. I always keep spoons on my oven for tasting. They're always clean unless I make a mistake. And that way I can taste what happens. And you'll see those potatoes look good. Oh my God, they look good. Don't they? Can you see that? I think what I need to do is adjust the camera a little bit. And there we go. Doesn't that look good? I'm going to try some. Oh my God, they're good. Oh my. That would make a meal. Now I'm going to put these back into a 170-degree oven just to keep them hot. Assuming I don't break the oven. And then what we're going to do, we're going to look at what's going on here. And I have a couple of tongs here. My regular tongs are probably in the dishwasher, so I'm going to use these. And we're just going to roll that puppy over. Now the secret to doing fish, whether you like it like this or not, the secret is to not overcook it. As soon as the fish becomes opaque, and this is not, you'll see that here. Maybe I can bring this up to the camera where you can actually see where this is not opaque. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but the edge of that is totally raw. But that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to let that sucker simmer for a while. And normally I would, like I mentioned before, normally I would put this into a batter, but I thought tonight we would see how this tastes just by pan frying it in butter. Now I'm going to turn this down because this butter's starting to turn brown, and that's not a good sign. You do not want your butter to turn brown. We're going to crank this down a little bit and just let it simmer. Matter of fact, will this cover fit? No, let me get a different cover here. We're going to put a cover on this that will help it steam a bit. If I can find the cover. Let me try this cover. Let's see if this will help. Yeah, there we go. We do have a cover. I thought I had a glass cover, but that's not gonna fit tonight. So if you're cooking for a lady, what you want to do is kind of plan ahead, which I haven't done tonight. I'm kind of winging it, but you really want to kind of plan your meal out so that you know what you're doing. And we haven't even talked about vegetables, which women love. God, we love them. I don't know why they love vegetables, but that's the way it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off again. We're going to see what's going on. And again, we're going to crank this down even lower. And I'm going to get a fork. The reason I'm getting a fork is because we want to be able to fork this sucker. If it's not falling apart, like this is falling apart right here, but this is not falling apart yet. Although this looks good. That looks good. Let me taste this. Now, a lot of people will like a little lemon to cut the fishiness, but I like catfish just the way it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I like pure meat. There's a couple things you can do with this, which you can do with any kind of protein, and that is you can lay on top of it a hunk of butter. And we're going to cover that later in the series, but one of the things you can do is you can lay a hunk of butter on top of this, and you know, with garlic and that kind of stuff. I mean, I could have put garlic in here, and you may want to try that. Garlic is wonderful with this kind of dish. But I like the pure flavor to test exactly how things taste. I'm double dipping here because this is just for me.